What's up, guys? So you're probably wondering why I'm so small today. It's because, I can go over the mountains. Look. So we're going to be building an app today on Xcode, and it's going to be using the Swift forward language. So I'm pretty excited about this. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put me down here. So I'm going to open Xcode. This is free on the App Store. This is Xcode 9. Okay. This is what your previously used or created projects are. We're going to start with a new Xcode project right here in the center. And it's going to be a single view app. Single view app. Next, let's call this Hello World. Hey, welcome to the planet. And we're going to save it to our desktop. Great. Don't worry about this first screen. First thing we're going to deal with is the main storyboard. This is what our app is going to look like. Okay? So I'm going to view this on the iPhone X. There we go. There's the iPhone X. And when I view this, I want to view this on the iPhone. So this is my simulator here. With the app, since this is my phone and there's nothing on it right now, on the main storyboard, I'm going to go and put an image up there. So I'm going to go down here to this selection over here and type in image view, click and drag it. Look how easy this is. I love technology. It's just made it so much easier. Make it the same size as the screen. Awesome. Now we don't have an image to actually put in there yet, so we need to go make that. So before we do this, I need to go to assets. Okay? Because assets is where our main storyboard is going to draw from to put as a picture. So we have these like Apple icons. These are called app icons. So this is what your icon for your app is going to look like. These are all different sizes. They have to be this exact size for these different things. iPhone Spotlight, notifications, iPad Pro, App Store, all these different ones. Okay, so we're not going to worry about this. We're going to go right click on here and create a new image set. These are universal images. So we can click and drag an image into this. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, go to my Finder, desktop, images. Let's go here. Cool. That's a long ass name. I didn't realize it was that long. All right. Drag 1, drag 2, drag 3. Just fill them all up. I'm not even worried about it. All right, cool. Now we'll come back to the main storyboard. So these are the images that this image view is going to draw from. So now we can come here, image, image, perfect. Now we have this. Let's go down to aspect fill. We got something that looks reasonable now. Cool. We got some tree bark. Looks cool. All right, whatever. Use whatever picture you want. All right, so this is our screen. Now, we want our app to do something, right? What's our app actually going to do? So in order for it to do something, we have to have like a switch, like a light switch, right? Which would be a button. So let's go ahead and down here and type in button. Button. I'm going to click and drag this button, and then I'm going to make it bigger because I like big buttons. I like big buttons. I cannot buy it. All right, I'm going to make the font bigger. Let's go to like 35. Yeah, cool. Now see, I can't really see the text in this button. So I'm going to make the text a different color. Let's click on white. Cool. And I still really can't see it because of the background. So I can come down here and change the background to something that's more reasonable. So let's go ahead and change the background to gray. And the opacity, we can change that. Maybe it was, what was it at? 60? We'll put it at 70. I like 70. Yeah, that's cool. So now we can see the word button. We can see the button that you click on, this whole area. And we can still see the background through it. Perfect. Now let's change the words on this button to say something like go or submit or something like that. I choose go. All right, let's go. What's this button going to do? So when we click on the button, click on our phone, what's it going to do? It's got to do something, right? Let's have it return some text. The text we'll return is going to be in a label. So we'll type in label down here. Oh, we have a label. Let's insert the label up here. Drag this out to the edge of the screen, the safe area, the safe zone, and increase our font size again so we can see what we're doing. Move to the middle. That looks kind of cool-ish. Let's change this color to something cool. I want a cool color. Whoa. Oh, that one looks cool. Let's make this font. You click on this little T here, and we can make this bold. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. And we'll change the size of it to become really big. 50. Done. Cool. Now we'll delete the text up here. So this is not going to say anything at first because we want it to return something, right? We want it to say something. So this is going to be invisible. When the screen pops up, this will be invisible because there's no text in there. Then we're going to click go, and it's going to put some text in here. Okay? Now, we're done with the main storyboard for right now. We'll go to the view controller because this is the view controller scene. Now this is the file that controls the view controller. Okay? So, what's in green here? Now yours probably looks like this. Yours probably looks like basic, right? Like this. Yay, it's still green, still different colors. But for me to see it better, because I use this often, I like to have this theme where I can actually see and things are a little bit more separated and a little bit better. So if I want to change the font size, I can hit Command plus, Command minus. Okay. So these notes, these comments here, I don't need those. If it has a // it turns it into a comment. So it basically overlooks that when it's reading this text because the computer starts here and it goes and reads all this. So it's going to overlook that stuff. Underneath this class, okay, this class here, above this override function, put some spaces in there, give myself some room. And I'm going to need to attach that button and that label that I created. I'm going to need to attach those inside here to make them do something, right? So I'm going to come over here to this assistant editor and click on this. Then I can go to counterparts, click on manual, hello world, and go to main storyboard. Ta-da! Now we have our main storyboard. Okay, with our items that we created, our label and our button. So let's take our label and attach it over here. So I'm going to click on the label. Okay, I don't like to use this. I like to use this because it's more individual, especially when you've got layers of stuff. So click over here, select label, hit Control, and just click and drag. See that line it's created in bubble? This is going to be an outlet. We're going to call this label. Connect. Bam. Now we have this connected. Okay, see the circle with the dot inside of it? Now you can create something that doesn't have action or outlet, weak, variable, call it bottle. IU button. So I just created a button that doesn't have anything connected to it. See, there's nothing connected to it. So since there's nothing connected to this button that I just created out of nowhere, thin air, it's not going to do anything, no matter what, because it's not connected. See the difference? So if you see this, when you're working in your project, you need to figure out why it's not connected, to connect it, or just delete it altogether. Okay? Now we're going to connect the button. So I'm going to click on Go, same thing, Control, click and drag, button. Now this button is going to be an action because I want it to do something, right? Not just receive action. I want it to do something. So I'm going to call this Go button. And this is going to be the type IU button. Select. Perfect. Now these brackets, okay, I want to go over these brackets real quick. These brackets tell you this is the name of what's going on, okay? This is where it's coming from, and this is what it does. So inside these brackets, these curly brackets, is what the thing does, okay? So this is where we're going to have our text of what this button does. So what do we want this button to do? I want this button, when I click on it, to say something inside this label. So I want the label text to say what? You have to put it in quotation marks because that means it's going to like type that out in text. We want this to say hello world, exclamation point. Hello world, welcome to the world. All right, so when I click this button, this label is going to say this. Okay, so let's check it out and see how this works. I'm going to come up here and click this. This is run. So it's going to build all this stuff, build it, and then it's going to populate it into our simulator, which is going to simulate on an iPhone X. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! Now we have our background, we have our button, and we have our invisible text field here. I'm going to click on go.
I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go.
So that was the simplest app that you could probably ever make, okay? I like to use print, the print function that goes like this. Print, and it doesn't actually print it like on a printer, it just prints it like in the memory. So I can print hello world here, and then it actually will show up downstairs. So I'll show you again. So when I click on this button, it'll show it on the label, and it'll come up in my little black box down here. You'll see in the bottom, it comes up as this little box here in the center. It'll come up here as hello world. Watch this magic. Bang! Hello world. It came up here because I typed it here. So this is the print function. Okay, so this is what print does. So I use this as like a fail-safe a lot of times, because if I don't have something working correctly, I'll say, oh, if this doesn't happen and this doesn't happen, it needs to print this, so I can understand what's not working properly. So that's kind of the easiest way to do it, is to see it here. So I'm going to, instead of printing this actual quote-unquote words, I'm going to print whatever's in the label text. Label.text. So it's going to print whatever this says. So if this says something, what is this? And our first encounter, this is our first encounter, guys, with a warning. It says expression implicitly coerced from string. String is a type of text. This is string text. So expression, this expression is coerced from the string, provided default value to avoid this warning, force unwrap the value to avoid this warning, explicitly cast to any as any to silence this warning. So you have three options here to fix this problem, okay? Now there's a thing called unwrapping. When something is in parentheses like this, it's considered wrapped, right? Which means it's inside of this container. Like I have my petroleum jelly, my Vaseline here, and the Vaseline is inside of this, but it's wrapped up inside. So to force unwrap this so I can see what this is, I need to do something. And that doing something is probably going to be putting an exclamation point after this. So that means, yes, in fact, there is something there, and what is there is going to be typed. So if this is hello world and I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, then that's what it's going to print. It's going to print hello world 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Let's make this right so I don't have to keep saying it weird. Okay, so watch this. Print. Okay, see, so this actually exceeded this because it was too much, but this still says 1, 2, 3, 4 because that's what it's returning. It's returning this, but it unwrapped it. Otherwise, it would have just said print label text. You see, so we kind of didn't want that to happen. Now I want to do something cool with this, okay? Because we're already at 15 minutes, so I don't want to make this too long. But I do want to give you some access on how these things actually work together, okay? So I'm going to close this assistant editor, Okay, close this, close the assistant editor, and I'm gonna come back over here to the main storyboard. I'm gonna open this side back up, and I'm gonna put a text field in here because if I want to enter some text, I want to put text in, I want it to maybe show that text up here. So we need to enter some text. So I'm going to type in text. Hey, text field. Cool. So these are those little blocks that you get to type stuff in on your app. So let's keep this here. Let's make this font bigger. I like big fonts. 30. All right. And we'll make the color blue. And we'll put a placeholder text. So type here. So it's just going to show that in gray. It's not actually going to be submitting that. It's just going to type that in gray. Have a clear button on here. We can make it clear, little X, you know, blah, 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 plain text. And you can make this text show different kinds of content. So if it's a credit card number, a URL, a password, it'll show that if you click on password, it'll do the dots, dot, 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 dot. So we'll leave it at that. Now I have this text field, okay, that's here. Let's make this all the way over here. So I'm going to want to, that's putting the text all the way to this far left. Link this, again, to the view controller. All right, so I'm going to go back to the view controller, close this bar, open up my assistant editor. It'll come back to the view controller screen. Click on my type here, okay, and I'm going to link this, again, control, drag, and I'm going to call this text field. And leave it as a text field, and it's an outlet because you're going to type into that, okay? So now we have a text field. So I've got my label, my text field, and my go button. So whatever's typed in here, I want it to show up here. I want my label text to equal what's in the text field. So I need to type in text field dot text. All right, so this is going to make, I turned this into a comment so it voids that out. So instead of having to actually delete it and have to go back and type it all in again, I can just comment it out. So label text now equals whatever's in the text field. So when we type something in here, it's going to show up here. Cool. And then we're going to print what is in the text field. Now we're going to print what's in here. We're going to print what's in here. Okay? So it's still going to show the print. Cool. Go. 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 Nothing. But see, this is moving up every time, my little black box, because it's saying that there's nothing in there, so it's going to type whatever's in there, which is nothing. So it's going to add another line, add another line, add another line. So when we begin to type, you can say, "What's up, Gabe?" Hey, all right, all right. You hit go, boom. It's going to say, "What's up, Gabe?" And it's going to print, "What's up, Gabe?" Because that's what's typed in the box in here, and that's what's in here. What if there's nothing typed inside this text field? Then what? This doesn't say anything, right? So the stupidest person you know is going to come in and click the go button and not type anything in. And they're going to say, "Why isn't it working?" Right? Because they don't even know that you should probably type something there because they're stupid. We're going to need to create a function that says that if nothing's typed in there, then something needs to happen, right? We need to maybe display a message to those people so they know, oh, I need to type something in the box. So let's go do that. And I'm going to come up here in the go button. Okay, all this is done in the go button. So I'm going to say if the text field text, if the text field text is nothing, says nothing, this is going to be our string text. So if the text field is blank, which means nothing is inside of it, then what needs to happen? So if this equals this, then I need to have before and after curly bars, curly brackets. If this equals nothing, then I'm going to print two quotation marks. I'm going to print the word error. And then I'm also going to put the labeled text needs to say enter text. So if this is nothing, then it's going to print error. on down here, and it's going to say, the label is going to say, please enter the text. And then you're going to be like, oh shit, I have to enter text. But now if something is entered in here, then we want it to do this. So I need to say, if this happens, then we're going to do this. Else, because if this is not empty and something is typed in here, then what? Then we can make the label text equal the text field text. So I'm going to copy and paste, or cut and paste this here. Put this inside of here, or make this print label say something else. Let's make it say, good job. Hey, error and good job. All right. So let's check this. See how this works. So this might not make any sense to you right now, but I'm going to make sure I explain it. Okay? We have our text field. We have our invisible label, and we have our go button. Okay, on this screen. Over here, we have our label, our text field, and our button. Our button is doing something. Our button is telling us that if the text field has nothing inside of it, then our label is going to say enter text. And then our print down here in the background is going to say error. Else, which means if else something is typed in here, then the label is going to say the text, whatever is typed in here, and it's going to say good job down here in a print. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click go on the simulator. There's nothing. I have it say enter text. It's supposed to be enter the text. And I have error printed down here. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to say, oh shit, I fucked up. So I'm going to go in here and type something like, what's up, Gabe? Hey, that's me. Now, because it says what's up, Gabe, there's actually something typed in there. So it should put this text in here, and it should say good job down here. It did. What's up, Gabe? And good job. So now we have our button returning values or strings from our text field to our text box, and also using the print function. All right, cool guys. So thanks for watching. We have our hello world. We know how to build an app. We know how to link these things together, text field, all this stuff. So thanks for watching. That was today. And check out tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to like a snake field or something, or there's like a zoo, something. So I'm going to check this out. Let's go back here in the middle. All right. So thank you for watching again. Like, subscribe, share, do all those cool things. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.